the Tony Tone Deaf experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the world's wokest warrior, primitive-sided, toxic fanboy aligned with the like-minded, Tony Tone Deaf rockin' with you. I want to welcome one and all to the Clown World Review. We are a somewhat new channel. We're about to round that year here in a couple more months. I want to thank all of you for the support. You can always welcome me by hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, share this video and tell a friend. That's the best way us independent content creators grow. And today, I'm here with my initial reaction to Resident Evil Village. I have not beat this game yet, but I did just get past the castle. Now I'm on my way to the Bienvenido mansion. I think I pronounced that right. And aesthetically, this game looks amazing. I think a lot of the horror elements are done really well in this game, and I like how they take a blend of different Resident Evil games, such as the castle. It really reminds me of the mansion from Resident Evil 1, and then you have the merchant from Resident Evil 4, and different elements like that make the game fun to play. I just really, I'm really not a fan of Ethan Winters as a protagonist, and I thought this in Resident Evil Biohazard as well. Dude's just a little bit of a pussy when you compare him to the Chris Redfields, Leon Kennedys, even the Jill Valentines and the Rebecca Chambers. And Jill is probably my all-time favorite because, I mean, she was my first. Resident Evil, in the mansion, PlayStation 1, you can play as Chris Redfield, you can play as Jill Valentine, and I chose Jill first, and I love that woman. Ethan, on the other hand, I don't know. He seems like he's lacking. He almost seems like a reverse Rey from Star Wars, where, I mean, she can't do anything wrong, this guy can't do anything right, and not in a sympathetic way. If you've ever watched a horror movie where you're not a fan of the protagonist at all, you're kind of hoping they meet their demise, that's where I'm at with Ethan Winters, which is weird because I'm living vicariously through the guy. It's just, I mean, in the first few hours of the game, this guy has sustained some serious injuries that would have put anyone else out of business. So maybe he is like Rey from Star Wars in that sense. Dude ain't going down, you know. Spoiler alert, he got his hand cut off and basically glues it back together with first aid spray, and that is not the first injury he's sustained. This is like the 10th injury he's sustained up until this point. We're only a few hours into the game. I don't know, it's just I have a real problem connecting to Ethan Winters the way I have other characters in the past. And look, I'm not the biggest fan of Resident Evil 5 and 6. I think those were poorly executed games, especially 6. 5 I might be a little too harsh on. 5, they just took it in a weird direction that I didn't necessarily agree with. It seemed more action-oriented, more than it seemed puzzle-oriented. I mean, I'm a big Zelda fan. For those who didn't know, I love solving puzzles and riddles, and that's what attracted me to Resident Evil. I mean, they give you this sense where you're constantly on edge, but then give you the little brain teasers as well, and I like that. Resident Evil 8, that's another thing. I haven't seen too many like puzzles or riddles. The ones they do have are pretty easy to figure out, but I'm glad they're there. Probably an unpopular opinion on Ethan. I don't know how everyone else out there feels, but he's just a bit of a pussy in my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, and also, if you haven't, check out my Tone Deaf Talk series. It debuted last week. I have Cody from Pursuing Paranormal on. We had an amazing conversation about spirituality, what happens after we die. We talked about aliens. Now this week, I have one of the founding fathers of the fandom collective flipped out. Say that 5 times fast. Ethan Winters can't. We talked about everything, from politics to Star Wars to UFOs again, to rockets crashing down, subpar rockets crashing down on Earth, probably because they're Chinese made, but that's a whole nother conversation that we may have had on Tone Deaf Talks. Go check it out now. Catch me every Monday on Etapukuian's Place to Be Reviews for Monday Night Going in Raw, and soon I have a live stream starting on my channel here at the Clown World Review, so check it out. I want to thank you very much for tuning in today, and I'll be back with a full Resident Evil Village review very soon. And always remember, they are not pop culture, they are agenda, we are pop culture. Have a good day.